All right, we're going live. So I posted the link. I'll go ahead and pin the link if anybody wants to join. Only 100 can join, so I'll give you guys a chance to do that. It's this one's called Where History Happened, so I have no idea what's going to be in this one. How's everybody doing? It's really warm in my loft tonight. Super warm in Ohio this week. It wasn't super warm today, but it's going to be really warm tomorrow. So if you want to join, click on the link. I'll share it again in the chat. Yeah, my apologies to you guys in Europe. I know that this is really late for you guys, but it's the time I had available. So I'm going to try to be doing more frequent streams. So we'll give some time for folks to join. I'm doing pretty well today, guys. Happy Valentine's Day to those of you who care about such things. I will try to answer questions as I'm able to here and there. Greg, thank you so much. What do I think would be each president's favorite movie genre? I feel like a lot of drama and action films, since all presidents have been men so far. The same stuff that men typically like. History movies would probably be a favorite of a lot of presidents. Hydra, I get it. I understand it's pretty late for some folks. How many lectures do I do a year? It depends on what you mean by lecture. I do a lot of different speaking engagements for different organizations. I speak for Rachel's Challenge. Of course, I just did a thing the other day where I spoke for a combined Sons of the American Revolution and Daughters of the American Revolution. So I'll probably start doing more of those things. But honestly, I don't have that much time to do that kind of stuff. So I don't do a lot of it. I have seen history buffs. I did not have crumpets when I was in the UK, either time that I've been there. So, all right, we'll post this one more time, and I'll give you guys a little bit of time. There is a delay. Excuse me. I just finished eating, so cleared my throat a little bit. There is a little delay, so you need to make sure you're paying attention to your own device if you do answer this. And I'm going to wait until very close to the end to do my answers. When I do a tier list for another monarchy, there's not really any other monarchy I know well enough to feel comfortable doing a tier list, but if that changes down the road, Mr. Bison, then certainly. So thank you. And the dude in doing, thank you. How many of my ancestors served in the Union Army? Great question. I'll look that up for you real quick here. Because I know how many ancestors I had in the Civil War altogether, but off the top of my head, I can't remember how many were in the Union Army. So one quick second. And I'll actually pull up the list for you here. I'll let you see my list. Oh, I'm on the wrong Google Drive. Hold on. So I can't see your chat at the moment, guys, because I'm looking something up on my other screen here. So just give me a second. And then we'll start, as soon as I do this, we'll start the Geoguessr. Okay, let's see. Civil War. Here we go. I'll show you my list of Civil War ancestors. Here we go. John Bailey, 40th Kentucky. Give me 1 second. I'll pull the chat back up. So John Bailey, 40th Kentucky, served alongside his son, who was killed in battle. So that's one Union ancestor. Let's see. Those two are Confederate, John Birchfield and Joseph Cobb. William Klein was Union. That's two. Howard Collins is Union. Thomas Croft is Union. John England was Union. James Greer was Confederate. William Holbrook was Union. Sam Hughes was Union. John Mowry was Union. Joe Sargent was Union. Dan Survey, George Staggs. So 11 Union, and I think 4 Confederate ancestors. So there you have it. All right, so sorry if I didn't see your chat. Everything is fine in Ohio. Everything's just now hitting the national news, but for us, this is old news and an old story now because it happened like a week and a half ago. And like school's gone back now because they were off school all last week. They evacuated a couple thousand people. Everybody's back in their homes. School is back. The railroad's clear and I think running again. They're doing multiple air and water tests every single day in the community and in the Ohio River, which is about 15 miles from there. They're even offering to do air and water tests in people's homes if they request it. So things are good. I'm about 15 miles from where it happened and it did not affect us one little bit. Audio and video is out of sync. Let's take a look here. Let me take a look at my version of things here. It's back in sync now? Okay. President's Day is approaching. What are my plans? I don't really have any. My kids will be off school, so that's probably what I'll be doing is hanging out with them. Yeah, young grizzly, obviously, I think that's the main concern for everybody. Is what's the long-term impact going to be of all of this, but I don't know. So Petersburg Battlefield, definitely high on my list. How did I like the Super Bowl? It was a great game. I was rooting for the Eagles. I don't really care that much, but I usually try to go for the team that hasn't won it for a while. And since this was the third Super Bowl in 4 years for the Chiefs, and since they won it a couple years ago, I figured I'd cheer for the Eagles. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and start this. And then we'll do more. So if you didn't join this one, you want to join the next one, you can do that. Okay. I don't know if this is all just like world history, if it's U.S. history, or what it is, because I don't know who this person was that created it. But I'm going to turn down the volume here a little bit. Initially looking at this, I really can't tell what I'm looking at. It gives me a little bit of a World War I battlefield vibe. But actually, the more I'm looking at it, I'm starting to think, I was going to say maybe a U.S. battlefield, but these are definitely not American cars because they'd be much bigger if they were American cars. So I don't have a lot of time. I'm just going to guess that it's somewhere in Western Europe. I really don't know for sure, so I'm just going to go like right here. We'll see how I did. Oh, it was in Denmark. Okay. I don't know exactly what the historic site was there. I can't speak Danish, so I don't know what this is that we're looking at. Viking, something to do with the Vikings. Okay, cool. So, Kawaii Girl, very cool. Good job. Upcoming trips. Yeah, I'll update you on that in a minute here. All right, this looks... Oh, I know where that's at. I know exactly where that's at. Oh, that's easy. Easy. All right, while we're waiting for the time to tick down before I answer this one, it's super easy. I've been here several times. Yeah, actually, was just texting with Mr. Terry. He texted me a little while ago. Yeah, I bet you know where that's at, JD. I was just talking to Mr. Terry, so I think something coming very soon with me and him doing like a live reaction together type thing. We're going to try to nail the details down, but he texted me a little while ago about that. Cool. Upcoming trips and collaborations. All right, let me go ahead and do this real quick before I run out of time. I don't know specifically where, but we're going to go about right here. Oh, 4 seconds left. That was close. That's St. Louis. Hey, that was pretty close. I was 109 yards away. Collaborations also. Mr. Beat and I will probably do something again real soon, I'm sure. And I'm sure JD and I will come up with something we can do together at some point. The O2 National Championship was not rigged. Get out of here with that stuff. Yeah, if you guys have not seen the History Underground, his latest series from Germany, covering a lot of the events with the rise of the National Socialists, covering some of the concentration camps. Fantastic stuff in places that haven't been covered enough. And he's done a lot of fighting with YouTube to get that stuff out. So definitely check it out. Okay, so anyway, definitely Little Bighorn sometime this year as far as trips go. And Normandy. I know about when the Normandy trip's happening, but I won't say anything yet because I know some of that has been shared. I'm going to be part of something that is not just me, and it hasn't been officially announced yet, so that's all I'll say, is Normandy in the spring, late spring. But beyond that, I can't say anything. Okay, let's do the next one here. I'm still in 5th, but I'm close. All right. I know where this is already. I don't even have to do any more. I know exactly where this is, but I'll move down this way to nail down specifically where, because this is also somewhere I'm going to this year. This actually may happen in the next month or so, this trip. Yep, I know right where this is. This is one I wouldn't mind taking JD with me for, if I can, in all his spare time. Opinion on the Super Bowl? It's a pretty good game. The commercials were pretty good this year. Better than usual, I think. All right, let's go down here, and I'm not going to have time because I'm waiting so long. I'm not going to have time to go specifically to where I want to go with this one, but I think it's probably somewhere around here, maybe a little further north than this. It's definitely the Shiloh battlefield, though. I was 700 yards away. I have not been to Puerto Rico. My sister's been to Puerto Rico. Somebody asked about the Mountain Dew. It's Mountain Dew Zero, and it's a mostly black can, but because I have the green screen, it's probably not showing up as it actually looks. I loved the commercial for the electric cars where they were implying that it was erectile dysfunction, but then at the end you find out it's advertising for a car that's not coming out for like a year and a half, so that was kind of dumb. Normandy will not be June 6th because the last time I want to be in Normandy is on June 6th. Rob wants to know, History in Your Hand wants to know, when's the ceremonial burning of the Man City jersey? Since I've been wearing football jerseys in my videos, people have started reaching out to me and wanting to send me their team. So I've got a few people that have been sending me jerseys. I just got a Man City jersey this week, and I've got a Dortmund jersey on the way. I think there's a couple of other ones too. So, the Ozzy Osbourne one was really good. Yeah, the Ben Affleck one was pretty funny. I think Arsenal's going to win. Okay, next round here. I think Arsenal's going to hang on. Oh, I'm in a second now. Brian, you're in Akron. Very cool. Not far from me at all. I'm about 40 minutes from downtown Akron. Okay. This is not... Oh, that was easy. Speaking of something we just talked about, JD could probably pinpoint exactly where this is, because I know JD's been there several times. Do I sound jealous at all? Yeah, I'm a little jealous. Hello, 24, your first VTH stream. Very cool. Yeah, Mr. Beep's only over in Alliance. That's not very far away. Luca Jaeger. I have not decided on a German soccer team to root for yet. This game is crap. I should have played, JD said. Yeah, this one, I got lucky. These are ones I actually know. Ooh, I better hurry up and get in here and answer this. So Omaha Beach is right here. I'm just going to guess somewhere like right there. JD would probably know within like 3 yards of where that was. Elyria, also very close. Oh, I was off pretty far on that one. I was 1 mile away from that one. Oh, that was over by Widerstand Nest 62. All right, I'm still in second, but I'm gaining on your Kawaii girl. J. Allen Heineken, very cool. Thank you. What is the oldest site I have been to? Oh gosh, it's got to be something in Europe. I don't know. Westminster Abbey's 1,000 years old. So that'd be right up there. But obviously most of the places I've been, there's also probably older things that were on those sites. Like London is easily, 2,000 plus years old. Last round on this one. Okay. Oh, I know. Oh, gosh, that one's easy. These are all, with one exception, these are all places I've been before. So that's cool. It made it easy for me. Funny, we were just talking about this. I know I posted a picture on Instagram a couple weeks ago, literally from right here where I'm looking right now. So this one's easy, and I think most people probably know this one already. So I'm just going to zoom in and go to the exact spot because I know exactly where this is. So we're looking for Tower Bridge, and we're looking for the north side of Tower Bridge. So we're right about here. Yeah, so as we're wrapping this up, yes, I'm definitely going to do more History March videos. You toured Andrew Jackson's house. Very cool. I've been to the Hermitage. That is not where decapitated heads were placed. Tower Bridge is only about 100 years old. London Bridge, which is a really normal-looking bridge that's a couple bridges down from there, is the one where they put the heads. Ooh, I was 6 yards away on that one. So Kawaii Girl still beat me, though. She did really good. Good job. Okay, so... yes, I want to visit the Bayeux Tapestry. I want to get to that part of France. That might be something I do when I go to Normandy because I'll be up that direction. So anyway, somebody was asking me, there was a question I just saw that I wanted to answer. Yes, I do want to get to Ireland. Absolutely, for sure. Darn it. I had a question I was going to answer, and now I can't remember what it was at all. I apologize. I'm sure I'll think of it. OMG, he's actually real, Axe Martin says. I thought you were fake. Love your content. Thank you. I appreciate that. John Gibbon was a very solid general, Jacob Raleigh. He was the original commander of the Iron Brigade. Did a great job leading them. He was a North Carolinian. He had brothers who fought for the South. I've not been to Italy, but would very much like to. There's actually... I don't think it'll happen this year, but down the road, and I know JD has wanted to do this too. There's an archaeologist who specializes in sites associated with the Bible, who has a very popular YouTube channel, and I actually just ordered his book. I think it arrived right before I started the stream from Amazon. But he does tours of a lot of the sites, the ancient sites in Israel and Palestine and the West Bank, places like that. It's like a 12-day tour, and I really want to do that at some point. There's incredible history there in Israel that I would love to see. I know that's something that's high on JD's list too. Museum ships. I got one coming. J76 New York. I visited the HMS Belfast when I was in London a few weeks ago. I have been to Buffington Island. That's a couple hours away from me. I would like to do some videos on the space race. So Epic History TV has a really good series on the space race. Most disappointing site I've visited. I know the answer to this, but I'll also say up front that I had been warned I would be disappointed. It's the Alamo. There's just really not much there. You go through, you can see everything that is preserved of the Alamo, which really is just the chapel, which is the real iconic part of the Alamo that everybody recognizes. But most of it's been kind of taken over by downtown San Antonio now. There's really not much there. You can see the whole thing in like 45 minutes. So there's just really not much there. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. And Jacob, thank you. But I was already in San Antonio, so I'm glad I went. But what I would tell people is don't go out of your way to make a special trip to San Antonio to see the Alamo because you'll be disappointed. But I was already going to be there. I was speaking at a school right outside of San Antonio, so I had a little time to go there. I have been to Plymouth Plantation and Plymouth Rock. I made videos there, but like 40 other videos that you guys haven't seen yet, I haven't had time to edit them. Literally, I have about 40 videos worth of content I haven't edited and uploaded yet, so that's where I'm at. I might just have to start paying somebody to do it. All right, anyway. Somebody was asking me about the whole ad rev thing, and that was actually why Mr. Terry was texting me today, because he's fighting his own battle with them. He said the same thing, that is the only channel he deals with that, is Oversimplified's videos, and it's ad rev. So I gave him my contact at AdRev. and he contacted them, but now he's got to follow up with Oversimplified. So two things ended up resolving that really quickly. Number one was all of you guys bombarding AdRev with messages, which got their attention really, really, really fast. But also at the same time, Oversimplified became aware, and they had previously reached out to AdRev about it, but then it didn't get resolved, so they did again. And so now AdRev has me on some kind of exempted list to where they are not supposed to, under any circumstances, do any more copyright claims when I react to Oversimplified. So we'll see. And they did release their claims to all of my Oversimplified videos. So I didn't have to go back and start re-uploading those because they did release all those claims. But AdRev's email to me the morning that they released all the claims basically said, all right, Oversimplified asked us to put you on this exempted list, and we're asking that as a show of good faith, you will remove your video where you called out AdRev and one of our employees. So I did privatize that video. So if you're wondering why you can't find it anymore, that's why. But yeah, it is resolved, and moving forward, there shouldn't be any more issues with Oversimplified. And I want to stress again that none of this was Oversimplified's doing. Okay, those guys, and I think they're brothers that make Oversimplified. Not only do they make fantastic content, but they have been nothing but kind to me from day one, and the interactions that I've had with them and the things that I've heard they have said about me to other people has been very positive as well. So I want to make that clear, that I don't have the least issue with Oversimplified in any of this. I think it was an overeager employee at AdRev, and it's been dealt with. So, okay. Mantis, that's a great question. How much do your trips to Europe cost on average? And then we'll do another one of these real quick after that. So, it depends on when you go and where you go. But I'll say this. What I typically do is, I live in Northeast Ohio. My two closest airports are the Cleveland Airport, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away, and the Pittsburgh Airport, which is about an hour away from me. But I usually fly Delta because Delta is the one I have like really high mileage status with, and I have Delta credit cards, so I get a lot of miles with Delta. Every time I've gone to Europe, I've flown Delta, and that's 5 times now that I've been there in the last year. And I typically am able to get upgraded on Delta too. Dear, thank you. Appreciate that. So if you have any questions, just hang tight for a second while I answer this one, and then I'll get to them. So what I do is I book my flights from either Pittsburgh or Cleveland to New York JFK separately, and then book a flight from JFK to wherever I'm going in Europe. It tends to be cheaper that way. There are some complications with that, typically around luggage and what I ran into last time with a delayed luggage return, which made me have to take a different flight. But anyway, typically a round-trip economy ticket from New York to London, Brussels, Paris, Amsterdam, which are the 4 places that I've flown to in Europe, right around $500 round trip. Now, it's going to be higher in the summer and lower in the winter, but most of my trips have been on off-peak times, so they tend to be cheaper. And then I can usually either use miles or use my status to get upgraded from the economy ticket to, like last time I was in premium, Delta Premium Select, which is just below the one where you get the laid down seats. So that's that. And then hotels, they're about the same as they are here in the U.S. A pretty nice hotel room in France, the Netherlands, Belgium, typically run me about $100 a night. Now in downtown London, like if you're in the center of the city with access to the trains like I was the last time, still about the same price, but you're getting a super tiny room for that. But it's not bad. I think my last trip, I did a week where I was in London for 4 nights and then in Bastogne for 3 nights. My flights, my hotels, my food, and my transportation, my train tickets and stuff while I was there, $1,600 total. Wasn't bad. Last summer was the perfect time. The exchange rate for euro was 1-to-1, but not so much anymore. Okay. Yeah, JFK Airport is by far my least favorite airport on the planet. It's not even close. My absolute. Every time I've been in JFK, I've had a bad experience. It's awful. Matt, excuse me, my daughter is in the process of getting her channel back. YouTube has given us what we need to be able to do it. We just have to jump through a few hoops, but it's coming. We are getting it back. Jacob, thank you. If Stephen Douglas lives, do more Democrats support the Civil War? I think probably so. I think he probably would be a big ally to Lincoln in getting some of those moderate Democrats, the war Democrats, to support Lincoln. Steve, West Brom was cool. I didn't get a lot of time in West Brom, but my limited amount of time I was there was great. I enjoyed my day in the West Midlands. Arapo, you missed your DC New York trip in 8th grade. I'd definitely go to DC before New York. And thank you, by the way. Bartlesville, Oklahoma. I've been to Oklahoma a few times, and I've really enjoyed my time in Oklahoma. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back and do our party. What is today? Tuesday? Yeah. I got to pick a new... I'm trying to remember how I picked the topic for it. Here we go. Live challenges. How do I do this? Darn it, I don't remember. I guess I got to join the game first. There we go. Okay. This one's called Famous Places, and it's got 113,000 likes, so that looks like it might be a good one. I'll give you guys the link. So Boring Old Biddy, great question. And Harry Brandon, I would like to go to the Forest of Dean. My wife has ancestors from the Forest of Dean area. So when I've been in the UK, I've done all public transportation. I'm not quite ready for the driving on the left side of the road thing yet. I will get there because there's a lot of places I want to go to in the UK that really are only going to be accessible to me if I get a car. But in France, in Belgium, in the Netherlands, I have rented cars, and it's been great. And in Germany, I've driven. Had a famous incident there getting pulled over on the Autobahn. But I did use only public transportation the last time when I was in Belgium a few weeks ago. But that was pretty brutal because Bastone's not an easy place to get to on public transportation. So what I did was I took the Eurostar under the Channel from London to Brussels, which is about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. And then I took a train from Brussels to a smaller town. There was another 2 hours. And then I had to get a 45-minute bus ride from that town to Bastogne. Favorite Swedish footballer? I couldn't say that I have one. I was pulled over because I fit the profile of a drug smuggler, I think. Because they never actually told me why they pulled me over, but we think that's what it was. I have not been to Utah or Rhode Island yet. All right, I don't really have an opinion on Somalia. I don't know why there's a sync issue. I'm going to see if I can fix that here, guys. Hold on. So I'm going to disappear for just a second while I fix this. Okay. Okay, I changed a few settings. We're going to see if that helps. There's not a lot I can do without actually ending the stream, though. Sarah, thank you for that. There's a Little Wars TV. Yes, I am subscribed to them. I've seen them, but thank you for making sure I was aware of that. Canterbury I have not been to, but it is on my list of places I'd like to get to. I did not watch any Champions League games today. My team got knocked out of the Champions League. So I do have World War II relatives. but not direct ancestors, because my great-grandfathers were too old and my grandfathers were too young for World War II, just the way that the thing fell. But lots of great uncles who fought in World War II, quite a few. I do know real history. Actually, he's a friend of mine. We have talked quite a few times, and if I ever get down back over toward Gettysburg where he lives, he and I are going to probably connect. Yeah, Auschwitz is another place I want to get to. It's still off. I don't know what's going on there. Let me see if I can listen to it myself. It's still off. I don't know. Oh, that's weird. It is. All right. Well, anyway, just listen to my words and not what I'm saying. We're going to start this. Let me pull the chat back up so I can see it. Oh. Interesting. I don't really... I mean, I know what it looks like, but I don't think that's not Seattle, is it? I've flown into Seattle, but I've never actually spent any time there. I can't find where the Space Needle is in Seattle, though, assuming that's what it is. I'm just going to guess it's over this way somewhere. No, that's not Toronto. That's not the CN Tower. I've been there. How close was I? Ooh, a mile away. Not bad. Not bad. Austria, very high on my list. That may happen this year. Fingers crossed. Mile away. Not bad. Oh, let me mute that again. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, my son and I have been learning German, and we want to go practice it somewhere they speak German. Oh, that one's easy. And the reason it has that scaffolding is because it was damaged in an earthquake. I haven't been to Fort Vaux, Jay Carpet, but am going back to Verdun. In fact, hey, JD, I don't know if you're still watching or not, but I know it's somewhere high on your list. Me, Rob, Sander, and a few others are planning an October trip to Verdun. So I will be going back. I will definitely go to Fort Vaux then. We actually have a WhatsApp group where we're talking about that too. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to think of... I think this is the... I don't have time to really get specific here. I think that's over this way, though. JD says we need to talk. Yeah. Oh, okay. It was over on the John Paul Jones Memorial side. These ones are a little easier than the last one. I did know that Grant met Otto von Bismarck during his world tour. Okay. This is France. That much I know. Is that Mont Saint-Michel? It's got to be Mont Saint-Michel. It's so close that I can't see. And I don't remember exactly where that is. I think it's in western France somewhere. I think this is probably it here. I'm going to guess this is it. More Montemayor will definitely be coming. Tree Poplar, I definitely want to visit Poland. A lot of reasons why I want to visit Poland. There's a lot of great history there. I'm guessing this is Mont Saint-Michel. How long is your list of places you want to visit? And are there places I would never visit? The places I would visit are much longer than places I will ever be able to get to in my lifetime, for sure. And I think anybody who loves to travel and loves history would probably say that. Joni! Hey! How's it going? Thank you, Joni. Appreciate that. Always appreciate your comments, too. All right, this... This is not a part of Europe I have been in, but I'm getting like Spanish vibes a little bit here. Maybe, maybe not. I'm trying to look around a little bit. Oh, it's Poland. Is this Poland? It might be Poland somewhere. Okay. We're going to guess Krakow. Somebody said Budapest. Oh, it was Krakow. All right. I was 800 yards away, about a half a mile away. Not bad. Are there places I would never visit, by the way? Yeah. Probably Afghanistan, Iran, North Korea. Probably anywhere that an American would not only not be welcome, but really like not feel particularly safe, I guess. I will say the places I've been in Europe so far, I've never felt anything but welcome and safe. So, oh, this looks like Russia. This has got to be Moscow. Oh yeah, that's Moscow. That's another place I'd like to go to, but not right now. That's Red Square, which I don't know where in Moscow that is. But there's the Kremlin, so I'm going to guess it's like right around here somewhere. Napoleonic Wars battlefields, yes, Confederacy. There's not much there, but Leipzig probably this year. I'd love to get to Borodino someday, because that one looks like it's a really nice battlefield to be able to see. Waterloo. I've been like within a couple miles of Waterloo a couple different times and haven't been there yet, so I'm going to try to get there too. Austin Greer, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, sir. All right, that was a pretty good round. I still got third place though, because you guys are psychos and did really, really well on that one. Kawaii Girl right up in the top 5 again. Good job. Favorite Swedish person in history? I have to go with Charles XII because I have a Charles XII coin. So I kind of have to go with him, right? Yeah, JD, especially with kids from Ukraine, they probably wouldn't like you very much there. U.S. battlefields that I want to visit that I haven't yet visited. Little Bighorn's top of my list, and that's going to happen this year. I'm hoping to get to Fort Donelson and Shiloh. I haven't been to Fort Donelson yet, but Shiloh again, so I can do a whole series there. I only spent a couple hours in Shiloh. Hoping that'll happen sometime this spring. I'm tentatively. I just spit all over the camera. I'm tentatively looking at maybe Tennessee in March, but we'll see how things go schedule-wise for that. Spain, I would love to visit. Yeah, there's a lot of great Islamic history in Spain. Japan, I have not been to, but that is another place I'd like to go to. Normandy is coming late spring. That's all I can say right now is late spring. San Jacinto, I want to visit. I want to go to Houston. I want to see the USS Texas once it's open again. I've been to Buffalo many times. I live less than 3 hours from Buffalo. Harper's Ferry, I would like to get back to. Yeah, I want to go to the Monument to the Battle of Nations in Leipzig. Berlin, the idea right now that my 10-year-old son and I have is to fly into Berlin, see some sights in Berlin, go down to Leipzig, and then from there, don't know yet. Haven't been to Plymouth, England. Czechia would be great. Vlogging through history, what is your name? My name is Chris. Hello. Haven't spent any time in South America. I have heard of the Crow and Blackfoot Indians. Custer, I haven't heard from lately, Mr. Beat. That's a great question. I haven't been to the Star Fort in 96. Pearl Harbor I've been to, but that was 20 years ago on my honeymoon. So I wasn't making videos back then. Yes, I think the USA was an empire. I definitely want to spend more time in Mississippi. Yeah, I'd like to get back to Vicksburg again. Vicksburg is one of my favorite sites I've ever visited. And it was crazy hot when I was there. How tall am I? 5'10". Another way to say it would be shorter than my son. I don't know much about the Dominican Republic. Okay, let's play again. We'll change it. Let's do... We're going to try and find a World War I map. See if I get lucky and actually have sites that I've seen before. All right, I'll put the link if anybody wants to join. It's weird how many countries have invaded Poland. Yeah, Poland is in... It's one of those countries that's in that spot, right, that makes them susceptible to invasion because they find themselves in the middle of other great powers and were at one time a great power themselves. I was in the Netherlands last year, back in May. I'm sure I'll get back there again at some point. I've got several friends in the Netherlands. I will probably do the greatest raid of all. People keep asking me about that. World War I battlefields I've been to. It depends on how you define battlefields, but I've been to Belleau Wood, a bunch of Meuse-Argonne sites, Verdun, the Somme, Ypres. I need to get to Vimy Ridge. There's a lot more sites with some of those other battlefields I need to get back to. Yes, my youngest son is actually interested in history. My middle one, if he is, he doesn't really talk about it. My daughter is too. Been to Scotland. We were just there last summer. Glasgow, Edinburgh, the Highlands. We went to the Isle of Skye, which is amazing. Glencoe is beautiful. Lags back, but all right, let's go ahead and start. In the UK, I've been to London, Windsor, Birmingham, West Brom, Tipton, York, and that's about it. All right, this is a World War I site. I'm guessing this has to be Sarajevo. There's a McDonald's sign. That's awesome. I'm going to guess Sarajevo for this one. This is where the assassination happened. Carl Webster, thank you for that. Operation Jaywick in Rimau during World War II. I want to study more of what happened in the South Pacific during the Second World War. And JD's got some great videos from the Pacific, by the way. Haven't been to Ireland yet, Dan, but I want to get there. Sarajevo has the best McDonald's. Brendan George, Geneva, Ohio. I was just there on Saturday. I spoke at a event for the Sons of the American Revolution, Daughters of the American Revolution at the Public Library in Geneva. And I've actually spent a lot of time in Geneva because my son does soccer and track at Spire, the Spire Institute there. Edgar, how can you meet me? I try when possible to build in meetups when I visit places, but it depends entirely on how much time I have. But when possible, I'll try to build in meetup times in places when I travel. I haven't seen any of the Ohio memes going around on the internet, but I'm representing Ohio now. It seems like the world's all just finding out about our little local news story with our train derailment that happened about 15 miles from me. All right, that looks... Oh, I mean, that's a canal. The question is, what canal is it? Oh, gosh, that looks familiar. It almost looks like Verdun, but I don't think it is Verdun. That might be... That's not Liège. No. I think it's somewhere in... I bet that's somewhere in Belgium, though. I'm just going to guess Liège, even though I don't really think it's Liège. But it looks a little like Verdun. That looks like the Meuse River running through Verdun, which looks very similar to that. But that could be the Marne. That could be like Chateau Thierry, because I haven't been there. I'm right outside of Youngstown. Heck, I'm a couple miles from Youngstown. I grew up right outside of Youngstown. Oh, man, I wasn't even close on that one. That was Eastern Poland. Schermichel. Oh, JD's been there, haven't you? JD, you've been to Schermichel, haven't you? I think that's how that's pronounced. Man, I wasn't even close on that one. So far, these have been Eastern Europe. And this one looks like it is, too. So I don't have a clue because I've only been to the Western Front. So we're going to guess, I don't know, somewhere like Ukraine, somewhere. No, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, we're about 15 miles from the derailment. Not the least bit concerned. It hasn't affected us at all. In fact, the town where it happened, East Palestine, which is a really small town, and it is pronounced Palestine rather than Palestine, which is what it looks like. It's East Palestine. They only evacuated half the town, and they were back within a couple of days. So it wasn't nearly as big a deal, at least locally, as it sounds like in the national news. No mutations yet, no. All right, so it was up in Belarus, okay. It seems like these might all be Eastern Front, which means I'm not going to know any of them. Dang. All right, there's a little monument right here. Don't know if that's going to help me any. Man, for somebody who's been to a lot of Western Front sites, I'm failing miserably on these Eastern Front ones. Although this might be a Western Front. I don't have a clue where this is. We're going to guess like Warsaw or something. No idea. Happy Valentine's Day. I have been to Miami several times. Why is Wyoming the least populated state? Have you been there? There's nothing there. I don't know why that is that there's nothing there, but there's nothing there. Favorite places to visit and live? I'd love to live in England. And from there, I'd be visiting historic sites in Europe all the time. So that was in Romania. Yeah, these are all going to be Eastern Europe. I have not done a White House tour. Is my wife single? I think you answered your own question, haven't you? All right. I'm going to guess like, I don't know, Slovakia somewhere, because I don't have a clue. I would love to go to Italy. Urbino, that's cool. I haven't played Oregon Trail on the channel, but I have been on the Oregon Trail when I was in Wyoming. I flew into Casper, and I actually visited the supposed grave of Sacagawea, which probably isn't the grave of Sacagawea. I wanted the Eagles to win. West Brom plays tomorrow, I think. Our goalie's hurt, so it's going to be tough to win for a few weeks. Admiral Yi's tomb would be very cool to visit. All right, that was all the way down here in Italy. All right, that was horrible, and I did terribly. Never been to Asia. Favorite part of American history is the American Civil War. Let's go ahead and do another one here. This one's just called Famous Places. So we'll try that. I'll post the link for anybody who wants to join. How would a united world sound to you? Impossible. You have dysentery. Yep. Robin Williams did a pretty good Theodore Roosevelt, I think. Hello from New Jersey. Sorry about Hamilton. I've been to Weehawken where he was killed. It's probably the best place to get a view of the skyline of Manhattan at night. It's an amazing view from the site of the dueling grounds in Weehawken. Jeff, there actually is a Discord server that I am not involved in anymore that I originally created, but I'm not really involved in anymore. It was just too hard for me to manage. So I'm sure like Mr. Beep or somebody could give you the link to it. Franco-Prussian War. Yeah, I was actually in Sudan a while back, and I would like to... But that said, Jeff, if you want to create one, nothing to stop you from that. Why would I live in England? I love the British culture. Honestly, I think I was born in the wrong place. Don't get me wrong. I love my country. I am proud to be an American with all of our flaws. But maybe it's just because most of my ancestry comes from the UK. That, I don't know. I really like the times I've been there. I've really just connected with it. And whenever I'm not there, I want to be there. So which of the English accents would I have? Well, it's a funny thing because if I had an accent, it would have to come from my family who most recently lived there, which means I would have a Brummie accent, which everyone says is like the worst English accent to have. All right, let's go ahead and start this. I do not know any Somali history. Okay. This is the UK. Oh, I know where this is. I have been in this spot. The picture's not the best from where we are, and it doesn't look like we can move, but it's going to take me a minute to actually find this spot. Oh, what am I doing? It's not in Ohio. Wishful thinking, wishing I was where this is. All right. So we are looking for... I think we're going to be over in this area here. I think that's Leicester Square. I'm trying to find the one train station that I know is there. There's the underground, Piccadilly Circus Underground, yeah. So that is Leicester Square. I've used that underground station. I am 15 miles from East Palestine, which is how it's pronounced. So yeah. Oh, that was Piccadilly Circus. That wasn't Leicester Square. All right. Yeah. What was I thinking? Yeah, Piccadilly Circus is right there. And that's actually, if you walk up, like if you go through Westminster past like 10 Downing Street and everything, that's one of the most accessible train stations from there is the Piccadilly Circus line or station. Crusader Dempsey, thank you for that. Yeah, I am very close. I could see the fire out my back window when it was happening. Could I beat Mr. Beat in a battle of historic wits? Honestly, it depends entirely on the historic topic. I think there are certain parts of history, particularly American history, that he would probably beat me in. There are probably lots of others that I would beat him in. All right, I think I know where this is. I mean, it definitely looks like India. Yeah, okay, I know where that's at. Question is, can I find it? Because I don't know where in India this is. I could Google it, but that would be cheating, so I'm just going to guess. I really have no idea where the Taj Mahal is. I'm just going to guess that it's outside of New Delhi. This is my specialty, right? The history of India. I'm supposed to know that. Oh, it's in Delhi. Okay. So I wasn't that close then. What was the biggest battle of the American Civil War? In terms of troops on the battlefield, Fredericksburg. In terms of casualties, Gettysburg. Oh, okay. I wasn't too far away. That wasn't terrible. I was 113 miles away. But doesn't put me anywhere in the top 5, that's for sure. Oh, okay. So is this the entrance to the Panama Canal? And if so, which side of the Panama Canal is it? I'm guessing it's this side. Over here. And it's probably this bridge right here. Bridge of the Americas, I'm going to guess. Alright, Army Men Lord, I'm going to admit something right now that is going to shock a lot of people given how much I love history. I have never watched Schindler's List. Never seen it. I've never seen Gone with the Wind either. MSB Hicks, Harper's Ferry is very cool. It's been a long time since I've been there, but definitely go to Antietam. Definitely go to Harper's Ferry, Gettysburg. You're going to be close to Manassas as well. First run battlefields. Or first Bull Run battlefields. Or first and second Bull Run battlefields. Your birthday's on Cinco de Mayo. That's cool. Is that the Pantheon? I don't know if it is or not. I'm guessing maybe it's the Pantheon. That's in Rome, right? Rome's high on my list too, man. I really want to see Rome. Like I said, there's just so many things. There's like... The problem is I'm in my mid-40s. I'm going to be 46 this year. And I'm just now starting to travel to these places. So I got a late start. It's not the Hagia Sophia. That's in Istanbul. I think it's the Pantheon. I just don't know where in Rome the Pantheon is. Let's see. Yeah, it was the Pantheon. I just didn't know where in Rome it was. Not bad, not bad. Where's that put me? I'm in 10th. Last one. And eat pizza. I've been to Theodore Roosevelt's grave. I was just there a few months ago, actually. This looks like I have an idea of what I think it is, but give me a minute to confirm it. Is that Versailles? That looks like it's the Palace of Versailles. Another place I need to get to. My daughter wants me to take her to Paris. Number one on her list of places she wants to visit is the catacombs. I'll admit, kind of want to go there too. Versailles is west of Paris. So there we go. I think that's Versailles. It could be St. Petersburg. You're right. Yeah, it's quite possible. Winter Palace. I didn't think about that. So I could be completely wrong. No, it was Versailles. I have not been to Chichen Itza or anywhere in South America. I've heard of the Battle of Carthage, Missouri, yes. You are allowed to go in the catacombs. Just a small section of the catacombs. What do I think of Chris Kyle? Very fascinating story. Enjoyed the movie about him. Don't know much about him beyond that, though. Daniel Ward, yes, absolutely. The Holy Land is a place I most certainly want to get to. I actually have a specific tour I want to do. It's like $4,000, plus I'd have to fly there, so not happening anytime soon. Maybe when we get to 1 million subscribers. No, that wasn't Buckingham Palace. It did look a little like the inside of Windsor, though. Favorite NFL team is the Browns. Vatican City would be cool to visit. Let's see, what else do we have? All right, let's do a UK map. We'll do a couple more of these, and then we'll be wrapping this up, guys. It's almost 7 o'clock here. I know it's getting pretty late for our friends in Europe. Waterloo, high on my list. I've been really close to Waterloo twice and haven't gone yet. Family member who was at Gettysburg and Antietam was an officer in one of the freedmen regiments. Oddly, he started as a corporal before being commissioned. he would have probably got the commission. Really common for people to jump ranks, even from private to a lieutenant or a captain, especially when they were creating those, what they called the colored regiments, because they were getting white officers, and they couldn't always find white officers who were willing to volunteer for that. So you saw, Robert Gould Shaw went from being a captain in a white regiment, the 2nd Massachusetts, to being colonel of the 54th Massachusetts. No, Jacob, and thank you for that, by the way. I have not been to Stones River, and that's probably one of the biggest Civil War battles I have not visited yet, is Stones River. Stones River and Spotsylvania are the two biggies I haven't been to yet. I love the movie Waterloo from 1970. Fantastic. All right, here we go. Dad Talks, thank you for that. I don't know much about the Ghost in the Trenches, but I am a little bit familiar with the story. Ooh, okay, so this is UK. Basically, this could be anywhere in the UK. Dang. I don't even know where to start with where that could be. Like, there's nothing, no distinguishing landmarks at all. This looks like it could be anywhere in the UK. It could be France. Belgium looks like this in some places. Germany. Dang. I have not a clue. What's this little sign say? Private. Yeah, that doesn't help. Let's go up this way a little bit. See if we can find anything. No idea. Alright, let's just guess like out here in the area outside of Oxford. Cumbrian? Yeah, maybe. Oh, it was Scotland. Whoever said, could it be Scotland? Oh. Down here outside of Edinburgh. That's too far north to be Stamford Bridge. Nick Squatch, thank you. Sabaton's new song, I love it. Love all their new songs. Some of the new songs are fantastic. Really good stuff. You're talking about First Soldier? Rosendale Court. Alright, so this... Honestly, you know what this reminds me of is Wednesbury. I was just there. I don't think that's where this is, but it reminds me of that. And that's what I'm going to end up guessing if I can't find anything that helps me. It looks a lot like Wednesbury. So we're going to guess that for lack of knowing anything better. Dante, it's going great. Yeah, Wednesbury's in the Midlands. That's why I was guessing. Somebody said maybe Cornwall. Oh, is that Wales? Newport. It's right as you're getting into South Wales. The movie with Edgar Allan Poe and Christian Bale, I enjoyed it. Interesting twist at the end. That's all I'll say about that. It was pretty good. Who would win a fight in their prime, Lincoln or Theodore Roosevelt? I think Theodore Roosevelt. But it would be a good fight. And I think either one of them would beat most people, most other presidents in a fight. Dang. These are just like random sites in the UK. They're not even like famous sites. Making it very difficult. I'm trying to find something here that'll give me some indication. Dang, nothing. Grand Drive. West London Promotions. Okay, that narrows it down. I don't know. Let's go somewhere like Richmond. It's not Richmond, but Richmond's a lot fancier than that. Oh, it wasn't far off, though. It's not too far from Wimbledon. 5 miles away. Still not doing very good on this one. All right, now we're back up in the hills. This has got to be like northern England. I don't think it's Scotland, but it could be. See if we can see this sign. It doesn't look like Scotland, but the hills make me think maybe it is. Yeah, Northumberland's exactly what I was thinking. I'm going to go somewhere. I was thinking maybe further west, but I could be wrong. But we'll go with Northumberland. Somebody said Wales. It didn't look like the Southern Highlands of Scotland to me, though. I have been to Sagamore Hill. Just there a few months ago. Oh, it was Northumberland. 32 miles away. That wasn't bad. That's not. No, that is Scotland, isn't it? Is that Scotland? Yeah. Okay, that is in Scotland. Men Who Built America is a very, very good series. I don't know if I could react to it, though, just because of copyright issues, probably with History Channel. But who knows with copyright issues now? Anything's possible. I'm trying to find something. Dang. This is brutal. Cameron, thank you. All these photos are unrealistic since it's sunny, which it's never sunny in the UK. Let me tell you. So, my first trip to the UK, we were there for 2 weeks, including a week in Scotland, and the only rain we got was for about 20 minutes in Whitechapel, my daughter and I. But this last trip to the UK, when I was in London, I left... Where did I go in the morning? I went to Westminster Abbey first thing in the morning. And then I walked over and got lunch. Not too far from the London Eye. Oh, that was Norwich. When I came out from lunch, it was pouring down rain. I took about a 10-minute walk from there to St. Paul's. When I got to St. Paul's, it was sunny. I left St. Paul's and went up to Smithfield, which is just a couple blocks away. And when I got to Smithfield, it was raining again. It was crazy. All right, we'll do one more. We're going to, just to help my ego a little bit, we're going to do something from the U.S. Civil War. So let me give you guys the link one last time. Which actor did the best portrayal of Washington? There's things I like about all of them. I like Jeff Daniels in The Crossing, though he doesn't particularly look like Washington. I think the person who captured Washington's personality the best is probably, was it David Morse, who played him in John Adams? Maybe a little bit too quiet as Washington. You know who did a good Washington was the guy who played him in the miniseries, the TV miniseries. I forget his name. Hey, Taran, glad you could make it. All right, so this will be our last one of these rounds we're going to do. I'm going to be streaming more often in the future. My availability is such that I'm going to be able to start streaming a lot more often. The guy in turn does a pretty good job as well. Why did Queen Elizabeth marry her third cousin? Because that's what royals do. They marry other royal family members. So just kind of how it worked out. And this weekend, probably Saturday, I'm going to do haven't done a private stream for our members and patrons for a while, so we'll be doing that too. Okay, here we go. So this is U.S. Civil War battlefields. I better get all these. All right, I think I know where this is. But let me get up and look at this monument to be sure. Not going to be able to read it, so that is no help to me whatsoever. It looks like a particular battlefield, but I can't say for sure that it is because there's other battlefields that could look like this too. I'm desperately trying to find some other landmark besides just a road going through trees. Okay. Okay, it is what I thought it was. Pretty sure. Now, can I get there in time? We're just going to have to guess somewhere. Quick, guess. Ooh! Did I get it in time? I was a mile away. Yeah, that's the Chickamauga battlefield. Ooh, that was close. It did look like Chancellorsville, Sarah. If I hadn't seen that monument that mentioned Thomas's Corps, I would have said Chancellorsville. It definitely did look like Chancellorsville. The quality on this one's not great. And boy, we're getting nothing again on this one. These imagers are terrible though. Man, got nothing here. How many people died in the Civil War? Modern estimates put it probably around 750,000. I have no idea where this is because I can't find anything that is helping me. So I'm going to guess that it's maybe Petersburg area somewhere. It could be Wilderness. Oh, it was Vicksburg. Ugh, I thought about that. That's Champion Hill. I've been to the Champion Hill battlefield, but not, like almost none of it is preserved. So that's why you didn't see any monuments or anything. I've been around there. I thought Mississippi when I first saw it too. New York City's got Revolutionary War battlefields that aren't far away. I know where this is, but I want to confirm it. Yeah. I don't know where that visitor center is, though. This is where I guessed on the last one. Yeah, I really don't know where the Petersburg Visitor Center is. I haven't been to that visitor center. I don't know. We'll just guess somewhere. Teprex, I'm doing great. How about yourself? Why won't oversimplify more often? Takes a lot of time and effort and work on their part to make those videos. My longest road trip, Florida. I have to get to Wilson's Creek, JD. That's one I definitely have to get to. Okay. Initial reaction. I think I know where this is, but I want to confirm it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is what I think it is. It's not one of the main streets. Or is it? Dang, now I'm second guessing myself a little bit and I'm going to run out of time. Yeah, okay. It is what I thought it was. I'm just not sure where in town that is. I think it's maybe up here somewhere. It's Gettysburg. What's my favorite history YouTube channel? The History Underground. He's in here right now. But that's my favorite. Oh, it was south. Dang, that was all the way down by Schimmelfennig Alley. Right by the cemetery. Okay. By the Jenny Wade house. By the way, guys, speaking of trips and places I'm going, I already have my hotel reserved for Gettysburg, end of June, beginning of July, for the 160th anniversary of the battle. So I will be there. So if you want to meet, I would recommend booking something now. But 160th anniversary of Gettysburg, I will be there for the whole thing, for all the festivities. I've already got my hotel. Okay, I think I know where this is. Yeah, I'm 99% sure that these names give it away, right? Sheridan and Buckner. I think that's got to be New Market, doesn't it? Where the heck is New Market? I can't remember. Ah, there it is. I think that's New Market. I've never been there. Oh, was Chattanooga? Are you kidding me? Oh, see, I've never been to to the Missionary Ridge battlefield. I've been to Chattanooga. Woo, that was brutal. Still somehow won, though. All right, guys. Thank you so much to everybody who joined for this. Emperor Tiger Star, what is going on? Good to see you here. Definitely recommend you guys check out his channel as well. Fantastic stuff. We'll be back again soon. We'll be doing a lot more streams a lot more often. So thank you guys, and thank you to everybody who donated as well. We'll see you again soon.